Hey people, welcome to the channel, and in this case talking about Charlie Kirk and a lot of the misinformation, a lot of the nonsense that I've seen online, but also some of the things I've read online that I actually agree with, and I actually have some contributions of my own that will probably, I don't have any certainty here, but some things I'm pretty much 99% sure of what I'm gonna say in this video. For example, let's start right away. And before I go on, if you're interested in preparedness and survival, this is what I do here in the channel, including this that I'll do here in the channel, not only in terms of body armor, how it works, the differences, all of these details are what make a difference when you're preparing to survive dangerous situations. So bear with me, stay with me, I'll dispel some of the nonsense, some of the myths, and also by the end of the video, again, the confirmation of what we probably assumed all along in terms of why this even happens at all right? Did you notice the dot? What about the dot? The mysterious dot. Did you notice the illogical black object? Well, it's not an illogical black object. It is a microphone, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what are you talking about? He's holding a microphone. Well, you happen to be an idiot, sir, because he's holding the microphone of the place in which he's talking. He went to a university. They have a stage. He's going to go up on stage, and they're going to give him a microphone to address the crowd. There's going to be speakers, and he's going to use that microphone. He also happens to be an influencer, a YouTuber, a social media guy, and he wants footage for his own, especially when you don't own the microphone and the sound system being used to record what you say. You will wear a microphone, a tiny one that is probably magnetic, holds here on the line. Oh, that's a dot. No, it's not. 99% certain it's a microphone. I don't have absolutely certainty of most things, but this I'm almost entirely sure microphone right here. Oh, it's a laser marker. No, it's not. There is no black laser marker. There may be a red laser marker, a red laser, a green laser. There's even invisible lasers that you don't even see that are combined with night vision so as to be able to see the mark and no one else sees it. That thing actually exists. Fairly common in the tactical community, but no black. It's not even a dot. So it's a little triangle shape thing, not a laser. Someone even said it's the burn mark of the laser of the rangefinder. I mean, you have no idea what you're saying if you said something like that. No, lasers using guns don't burn into white t-shirts. Hell, you don't even know anything about lasers. Do you have any idea the amount of power you need to burn a white t-shirt with a laser? It's so ridiculous. Just the one thing I do see here is body armor. Here you see body armor. Again, I don't have absolute complete certainty. I'm 99% sure this is body armor. Hey, but I see a nipple there. We'll get into that in a second. But this is actually a video. And you see him moving around. And you see this shape. Body armor. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever. This is body armor. But what about the nipple? We'll get into that in a second. If I was advising this individual, giving his public persona, I would encourage him to wear body armor as well. And he most likely is wearing. What about the nipple thing here? I see the nipple. What about the nipple? Well, depends, right? Body armor will go right here. And in case you're not very familiar, body armor comes in different shapes and forms. It could be something like this. That's why the triangle. And it does have a little bit of a... No, but I see it over here. That's what I'm seeing there. All right, there's a bunch of different body armor. Some of this stuff covers more than others. And he's probably wearing something like this. Something like a high compression t-shirt that has a pocket. And it could be... And also notice the fabric. I mean, it could be that it's not even covering. So it could be the nipple on the side. Notice this one has a small side plate there, right? So it could be his own body. Right here, he has the nipple, right? Maybe it's more visible, maybe it's not. It could be that. It also could be something like this. This is a body armor, compression. He's wearing a plate, and this actually does look like a nipple, or it's more, the carrier, the stitching, and the fabric. That's most likely what you see here, right? So there's a bunch of different options in terms of body armor. It could be any one of these, the plate itself. We don't know. Now, what we do know is, well, the tragic result. And I'm not going to play the slow motion video. This is more than information enough. And it's blurred where it needs to be blurred. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you don't, okay. A bunch of things that I see happening here that confirm, at least for me, no doubt whatsoever, that unfortunately it was the body armor that made the difference, and it's the body armor that could have saved his life, and unfortunately in this case did not. First thing first, we saw, all of us that saw the video, we saw the shock. I was like, that's a 308, that's no 556. He was hit very hard, and it was very visible in the way in which he was moved, okay? First thing first. Oh, the dot disappears. Why is it that the dot disappears here? Because the magnetic little microphone flew away, and I think you even see it here, okay, when the bullet hit the plate. Again, confirming even more that the instant reaction is because of the plate. Why? Because it's a solid piece. And the second that hits, because of action and reaction, it just moves, it shocks, and it sends that tiny little microphone magnetically attached to his shirt flying away. Pretty sure I even see it here. Maybe it's not, but wouldn't be surprised. But that's why you don't see that dot anymore there. You do see a dot here. You see a bunch of our stuff. You see like instant hole there in the neck. That does not happen with 556, with 308. Pretty much anything you get shot at, you don't see instantly a hole. Why is that? Because most likely it was the plate and the spalling, deflection, whatever happened, it hit in the plate and either entirely or half or some amount or the jacket or something, or I mean, it could be like 80% of the mass of the projectile just deflecting, depending on the plate that he was using. I think he was using something like this. I think he was using something like this, that is a plate that is designed to stop that projectile for a, high concealability option. All right, I want to give him something that would stop if he shot here, but I also don't want him to go around with something as super. Oh, he's wearing a plate. Oh man, I wish he was. I wish he had been wearing something like that. But unfortunately, I think he was wearing something like this. Something that is designed to stop a rifle shot, but not really designed to do much about the spalling or the deflection. And there's videos on YouTube about how even just the spalling alone going up as it spawned. If you haven't seen one of these slow motion cameras, when the bullet, something like a 308 or a 30-06, which is what was actually used, hits something like this, it spalls and it just completely fragments, and it sends like a circle, right, of projectiles flying in all directions. And if your neck is here, it will go up. If there's more of an angle and there's no spalling protection, it may go either entirely or a lot of the projectile continues its trajectory upwards and hits you in the neck. Whatever amount of projectile still left, it was a lot of it because the hole is visible right away. And even in the slow motion camera, you see the shirt like doing this weird thing, like jumping like that, because if this bullet goes in, right, the projectile hits the plate, and all of those fragments and that wave makes that little jump thing, and it goes right into there, right? Unfortunately, I think, again, 98% sure it was something very much like this. Hits here, goes up, and you see this. Confirming this again, you don't see a exit hole wound, right? Which, I don't want to get super graphic, but this, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is white. And if he had been hit directly in the neck, you would see red. I'm just saying. You know how in the movies it's often exaggerated? Well, I'm telling you that if you got hit here with 30-06, probably fragmenting, nuclear partition, hollow point, even whatever it is. But any high power, I hate that word, but a 308 hitting you in the neck, guys, basically you see something here in the back. It does not go through, which is not what a 308 would do. A 30-06 would do. It would go right through the neck, and you would see some red, splatter here in the back. No doubt about that. Oh, it hit the collarbone. Dude, the collarbone is nothing. The collarbone, it will do zero in terms of changing how much this goes through your body or not. 30-06 and 308 both will go through a freaking deer. You think it will not go through the neck of a human being? It will. Even in a big guy, even when hitting bone, it will go through. It will not stop right there. This thing hits right here, spalled, deflected right up as you see here, and well, with a tragic result. The sad thing is there's armor that could have stopped that. If you're talking about, and I don't know if this one is exactly what I'm describing here or not, but it would be something as thick as this, meaning high quality premium armor plate designed to stop spalling. It will have a thick amount of anti-spalling material that will catch all of that deflection, all of that fragmentation. There's armor that's even designed to have a lip. Now, you're talking about more expensive stuff, which I'm sure he's more than able of affording, that would have stopped this even if it hit here. Some of the armor is designed so as to be with a lip that would catch any deflection, any spalling, any fragmentation. Not only does it have the lip, it has a lot of anti-spalling material. Even if you get hit here with a 30-06 or 308, you have a very good chance of surviving that. Very, very good chance of surviving in a properly designed plate. My assumption here is that they went with something that was high concealability, something that was, because this, with a much thicker plate, would be more visible. Honestly, I think they will regret that decision a lot. I think that's a decision that whoever called it will live with for the rest of his life, because if it had been a slightly thicker, I mean, yeah, quite a bit thicker, but better suited for these needs, he would be alive. You know, I have very little doubt about that. That's, guys, all I have to say. I have no doubt that this was played. I have no doubt that what we see here is a deflection or spalling going straight up. The dot is not a dot, it's a microphone. And the last thing, just this asshole right here. He is exactly what you assume he would be. Oh, but he's a Republican. No, he's not. He's from a family of Republicans that obviously did not do a good job in parenting and did not realize that their son was being poisoned by the woke mind virus. So as to confirm that even more, he was living with this individual right here. A person by the name of Lance Twiggins that lived with this guy, with a shooter. He lived with a shooter, and you know what? He was transitioning. The teddy bear dude, he was transitioning to become transitioning to become a woman. Don't even get me started on that. But, dude, it is yet again lightning striking for the 100th time in the exact same spot. It is frustrating, but guys, there's a lot of information here, and these little details that make a difference. Adjust with the information you now have, adjust for the needs that you may have, what you may or may not want. Yes, soft plates, soft Kevlar panels will stop pistol rounds and handgun rounds. Rifle plates are not all made the same. They may stop, but the fragments may end up doing the job nonetheless. So be aware of that and make wise decisions. I get it that we are all not under the same needs, and you may need something a little bit less visible and whatnot, but the priorities should still be the preservation of life. Okay, guys? See you next time. Take care.